What's up, everybody? I'm back for the second half, and I'm just hanging out down here until kickoff so I can start up the timer. There we go. All right, so again, I'm Scott, and we are live again for the second half of this Leipzig live from Budapest, hosting Liverpool. And very energetic first half. I guess I should start off by saying you can sync yourself up with this clock down here. I do this because we're all over the world and we're streaming, and not everybody's going to have the same clock. So for those of you that are watching along on the television, you can sync up by pausing either me or the TV to sync up. So that way I'm not ahead of you or vice versa. And oh boy, Leipzig is in, and that should have been a goal. Thank you, Allison Becker. 46 minutes and 4 seconds, as you can see on the bottom of the screen. Danny Olmo with a beautiful ball into, I believe it was Nkuku, who had the spry legs to get away from Henderson, who usually is very good on these recovery sprints. But thankfully, Allison came out to save the day. Leipzig corner now, and Liverpool clear the danger enough. Leipzig in possession. Tyler Adams, last man back, tries to play a ball across to Olmo, who is able to receive it. Once again, let me know who you are and where you are and what team you support, or any predictions, any comments. If you love Thiago Alcantara, if you hate him. Anyway, Maine loves me. Followed you. I will follow you back as well. Thank you for tuning in. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the tempo can be maintained. Again, for those of you that weren't with me in the first half, I will say that it's been a great watch for the neutrals. If you like a lot of action and running and the ball moving from one pitch to from one end of the pitch to the other, but if you are a cultured watcher or a coach, perhaps you might be looking upon these two teams with a bit of disdain, maybe, because the ball is moving up, down, and all around, but not a lot of possession or really clear chances happening. But in the German kind of helter-skelter, high-pressing way, chances do get created out of a bit of chaos. So it will be interesting in the second half, and especially if legs start getting tired. Maine Loves Me says, is the game strong? And where are you located? I am located in Monmouth County, New Jersey, which is the Jersey Shore. And I'm not sure what you mean by is the game strong. But definitely two strong teams, definitely a lot of energy and intensity happening. And yeah, I'm curious to think what the listeners will say about whether this is a good game of football or not. Obviously, is it a good game is, open to interpretation. People have different expectations from, what they want to see from a game of football. Here's Salah putting pressure on Galaxy, who's kind of pulling an Allison, you might say, taking a little bit of time to blast the ball upfield, which he eventually does. Here's Curtis, kind of on the right wing position, plays to Firmino. Very sort of awkward 1-2 there. Usually 1-2s are done with like a bang bang, very intentional quality, but that was more of a pass it to you, I'll receive it, and then here I'm giving it back, and sort of not on the same page. So yeah, we will want to see a bit more fluidity in Liverpool's play, and yeah, keep following, keep telling your friends. I am a Liverpool fan. For those of you, again, that are new, of course, I welcome people of all different creeds to follow, but I will mostly be doing these sort of watch-alongs for Liverpool games. Anytime I will be home and free to stream, I will. Glad to see that a bunch of people are enjoying them. We had Dries and Jim in the first half tune in, and were quite active in the comments, so that was great. I love having a bit of commentary back and forth between me and the listeners. And now we have Maine Loves Me in the second half, so I appreciate you guys tuning in. Where are you located, Maine Loves Me? I'm guessing Maine, United States, but I could be wrong. But yeah, young channel, just starting up in the past week or so, and still learning. So I appreciate your patience. Oh, Kabak gets a split lower lip there, following an aerial challenge. And yeah, I'm not really intending to provide like play-by-play commentary. So I apologize, excuse me, if that's what you're looking for. I'm really more interested in like a live discussion. I mean, again, I am a bit of a rambler, and I've been a Liverpool fan since I was 4 years old. So I'm definitely an educated Liverpool. Oh, Mo Salah in on the break, and that's got to be the first goal. Mo Salah. 1-0 in the 53rd minute. There it is. He high-fives Bobby Firmino and Curtis Jones, who for me has been man of the match. He's certainly been the liveliest Liverpool player, and that's great to see. I was going to say that was classic Liverpool. It's definitely taking advantage of an opportunity that sort of presented itself to Liverpool, as opposed to entirely being created by Liverpool. But let's have another look here. We've got Captain Jordan Henderson bringing the ball up a bit, sort of in towards like the left back position, plays an ugly ball in towards sort of nobody / Bobby Firmino, is able to get a touch in ahead of Upamecano, and then it falls to Sabitzer, the Leipzig captain, who then plays a very curious sideways ball to number 16 on Leipzig, I think, this white defender with blondish hair, and it is not really in his direction at all, and it instead finds the path of Mo Salah, who pretty much has a 1v1 with the Leipzig keeper and buries it. Those are the chances that Mo Salah does not miss. And yeah, how about some love in the comments for Mo Salah? Any Mo Salah fans out there? I'm sure there are many, but where are you? Get in the comments. But yeah, I mean, he's just such an incredible player. I mean, I think let's just enjoy his career while he is certainly still in his prime. Before we start talking about legacy, just sort of enjoy the moment and his brilliance so far. But I mean, I think he will certainly go down there with the Premier League greats already. Like, even if, and again, I'm not going to say that Mo Salah is going to leave Liverpool at the end of the season. I'm not interested in even discussing that. But even if this was his last season, I mean, just the amount of goals that he scored. I mean, he's I think I just saw a stat recently, just in the Premier League, I'm talking, that he's got 90 goals in like 130 something games. I mean, it's incredible. Steven Gerrard is my all-time idol, favorite player, and certainly, obviously, different positions, but I'm just talking about the speed with which you score goals. I mean, Salah, again, certainly in more positions, more of an attacking position, and therefore more opportunities like sort of afforded to him in terms of scoring goals. But Steven Gerrard, again, my favorite player ever. And I remember his 100th goal was this beautiful little teed off free kick where he blasted in against Arsenal, I think it was. And he was, I'm going to say, 30 years old at that point. And so it just goes to show what a I was trying to find a word there for what do you call somebody when they win like a lot of medals? Such an accomplished player to take that long to score 100 goals. And Mo Salah, I mean, has scored pretty much 100 goals in 3 seasons. So he's basically been prime Mo Salah for 3 seasons in a row. And I think, there's certain stats that will tell you that this is Mo's best season, even though he's doing it somewhat quietly. I mean, he's doing it as quietly as you can for a Premier League top scorer. So, yeah, let me know what you think of that. And we will be rooting for Liverpool to keep control of this game. Again, it is not exactly a calm game, as I've said many times throughout this. It's been a lot of back and forth, but here's a defensive mistake by somebody, and Mane makes it 2-0. There it is. Sadio Mane. Woo! Let's go. That's what I'm looking for. And I will say that I was wishing for 2 goals scored by Liverpool today. I didn't want to make a prediction on the result because we've just been impossible to predict recently, but I wanted 2 goals. What more could you want more than a 2-0 victory? This is looking on the up and up. Excuse me, I have to change the score here, which I didn't do for the first goal. I suppose I was so excited. But here we go. I will hide that for a second. Let's get this edited. 2-0. Sadio Mane. All right, let's get that going. Bang. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Things are looking very good for Liverpool at this moment. Let's keep this going. Let's see here. I am not currently. Let's see. Forgive me, just one moment. I am having some technical difficulties. I want to make sure that this is going out to. Oh, here we are. Okay, I am out on Periscope or Twitter, whatever, however you find me. I appreciate it. And yeah, this is This is great as a Liverpool fan. I'm actually a little even scared to be enjoying this so much because there's been so little to enjoy from Liverpool this season. But this feels pretty damn good right now. We are beating Red Bull Leipzig 2-0 in the 60th minute. And yeah, I mean, we just saw, oh, here's Leipzig, nice little through ball to Angelino, and Trent recovers quickly enough. I'm not sure if he got a touch on that, in which case it would be a corner, but the way Angelino is reacting, it seems like it's just going to be a goal kick. Shoots, nothing. Yeah, he just kind of shanked that one. Looks like Allison probably would have had it covered as well. So there you have it. Yeah, as I was just going to say, I think it'll be interesting to see. I really would like to see Thiago have a nice impact on the game starting now. And the reason I emphasize now as opposed to, oh yeah, why not all the time? I mean, again, as I've broken down in the past about Thiago, again, he is for now a square peg in a round hole sort of situation because Klopp's midfielders, and I'll make this quick, Klopp's midfielders have been the shuttlers, have been get the ball, get it forward. We're the unsexy like engine room with Hendo and Genie and Milner. And so we've never had like really a superstar midfielder. And the way Thiago plays, there's nothing wrong with it. It's no crime of his that, he is sort of a foot on the ball midfielder. But that is not the best thing for our front three, who really likes to break forward and catch teams on the break. So anyway, now I say I would like to. Here's Leipzig on the top of the 18. Danny Olmo gets the pass, and it is deflected wide for a corner. And so Liverpool have a corner to defend. Anyway, so I'm just saying here is an opportunity for Thiago not only to not commit stupid fouls, but to maybe we want to slow things down now and keep possession and be a bit clever about things. And it looks like there's a little bit of appeal from Leipzig players for a handball. There was a Leipzig player that won the header on the corner, and it was blocked. Might have been one of those where the Liverpool player kind of was just turning his body, it gets waved along at it. I'm not seeing any VAR or anything, so that is good. So we've got score updates for those of you interested in the Barcelona and PSG game. Barcelona was winning first half. Oh crap! This title should be right. Sorry. Champions. Yeah, so sorry. As I was saying, it is 2-1 to PSG. Kylian Mbappe with the goal to take PSG, the visitors, above Barcelona in the 67th minute over there. And yeah, that's a surprising one, or should we be surprised? I don't know. That's a difficult tie over there to really set expectations for, because I think both teams are way off of it in their respective leagues, which most years you would think that they are the favorites to win their titles. But anyway, both teams sort of in a interesting moment. Anyway, who cares about that game? Liverpool with the ball. Andy Robbo up to Mane, who possesses and looks like Tyler Adams has his hands all over him. But Leipzig get the ball, and here's Poulsen looking a little bit of a deer in headlights, and he wins a foul, soft one, I think, from the incoming challenge of Curtis Jones. So Leipzig have the ball 30 yards from Liverpool's goal. The ball into Nkunku, out to Angelino, back to Nkunku, and sort of cleared. And I made a comment in the beginning of the first half about Angelino and where did this guy come from. And again, I think it was PSV, and then City signed him, and now I think he is on loan from City still. And yeah, just an interesting transfer when he went to City, just because, it's Man City. They have all the money in the world, and typically they'll sign somebody that you've heard of before, and I hadn't. And so it's just an interesting one. And, I don't even really know his true position. Is he a left winger? Is he a left back? And he does seem to be missing that final product, as he just kind of showed us as well. And not the first time today. He did have a pretty promising position, and kind of didn't show that composure when Leipzig really needed him to. And Liverpool are looking good right now. Again, Liverpool fans, get in the comments and let me know how you're feeling right now. I think there's really only one answer there. And it should be written all over my face. It is feeling pretty good right now. Let's just keep it up. There is a rash challenge by Kabak, and he is going to get a yellow card, making me eat my words a little bit, but hopefully nothing will come of this. It's about 30 yards from goal. I think my buddy Jim, I think his name was Jim Miller, in the first half, I was going on about Dejan Lovren, and there is a bit of this aggression from Kabak where he gets a little overeager. Again, I'm having my patience with him. It's still only his second Liverpool game of his career, and he's 20 years old. But there is this instinctiveness from him that I don't love, where he just makes a tackle 30 yards from goal on a Leipzig player that has his back to goal. He's not doing anything there. I get the intention. You want to, win that ball and eat hard, but he puts in this challenge, and all the Leipzig player needs to do is just turn his back and draw the foul. Here's an interesting ball in from Leipzig. I think there might have been an offside flag, and there is an offside flag. Okay, good. But it was, you never know. Wow, there was like a Sabitzer, who is one of the players that is offside. But very interesting technique, if I can call it that. He did an XFL style run up with, and for those of you, XFL is an NFL competitive league, but they used to have wacky things where instead of a coin toss, they would do like a 50-yard dash from two sides to try and get the ball to see who would receive the ball first. And they also didn't have any rules against like runners on the line. So as the quarterback's going to hike the ball, you'd have wide receivers doing these looping runs, and so they're sprinting by the time the ball is hiked. And so anyway, very interesting move by Sabitzer, but he didn't time it properly, and he was a couple of yards offside. Ooh, great ball in from Salah to Mane. It is very interesting if you were to maybe study this tape for those of you so inclined after this game to really see how to break down this Leipzig defense, because again, I've been very impressed with how they've been set up, and the normal Liverpool way of getting the ball, playing that long ball into Salah, and him just beating you for pace is not really on, because individually they've been able to match that pace. Right now in the 71st minute, you've got Firmino coming off for Shaqiri, and you've also got Ox coming on for Thiago, which is interesting. I like to see this this run out of minutes, and I'll come back in a second to Ox, how I feel like he can play a very interesting part in our season going forward. He gets a chance to whip the ball across, but it doesn't find any Liverpool players. And Curtis has kept the ball in on the left-hand side as it seemed to be running out of bounds. And now Leipzig in possession, and looks like there's going to be a foul. No, not quite. Leipzig still going. They try to take a quick throw in, but Andy Bravo runs by and throws his hand in the air to stop the quick throw. Probably should have been a yellow card, but referees don't tend to call those types of things. And anyway, as I was saying, as far as, again, I think Leipzig has been set up well, and they have the athleticism to really stick with Liverpool. And I don't like to make like American comparison. Here comes Nkunku, shouldered off the ball by Trent. Well done, and had a little bit of nervousness there because it is 2021, and referees do love to blow the whistle when there's any contact in the box. But well done, shoulder to shoulder, and out for a Liverpool goal kick. Yeah, so Leipzig, they have been, let me cut to the point here. They have been a bit open on these interesting balls out into what I would call like the right or left midfield position, which doesn't really exist these days anymore. But I say that intentionally because you're about probably 45 yards from goal where Liverpool are getting into these positions. And it's a bit awkward because I just think that Leipzig aren't taking up those. I don't think they're interested in taking up those spaces. They're either, wing, left wing, left back, right back. Although actually they've got three center backs. And in any case, they're not occupying those positions. And so when Liverpool players get in that position, whether it's really anybody, whether it's Curtis or Salah, and he's kind of just hanging out there, that's really the biggest gap in the field to occupy because Leipzig aren't there. And then you're pulling them out of that system. And again, I'm not really a huge fan of three center backs, just because I've never really supported a team that's ever used it. And anyway, but anyway, as I've commended Leipzig for, they have been set up well. But when Liverpool occupy those spaces that Leipzig aren't, frankly. I think it kind of pulls Leipzig a bit. So it's like a sort of a counter, but not anyway. You have a Liverpool player in the wide spaces playing diagonal balls more towards the middle and match with a diagonal run of a Mane or who's ever in that central space, Firmino. That's really where Liverpool have been able to actually have time to breathe. And it is just that Leipzig really have been all over us. And luckily, Liverpool have been pretty I think you have to say lucky for the opportunities that have been kind of sent our way. But at the same time, it's not all luck. Liverpool have been controlling the game. It's sort of an interesting game to summarize because it's been very even. I think Liverpool are deserving to be leading 2-0. And probably just with a helping hand from Leipzig is how I would put it. And here's the ball to Upamecano, goes back to his goalkeeper. And Leipzig are gonna have to try and get up the field. Hey, Adris is back. I said maybe an hour ago, approximately, I don't find a way to get the match in live. I had find, but I come back. He's back. I'm glad that you're back with us. It makes me work my English understanding. I don't know if it's correctly said. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It allows you to work on your English. Happy to do that. That's great. And what are the scores, please? So right here, this is the score. It's 2-0 to Liverpool. Salah scored first, and then Sadio Mane with the second. And I will check for you the Barcelona 1, Paris 3. Mbappe has 2, and Moise Kean provided the third in the 70th minute. So it seems to be falling apart for Barcelona over there, but I don't mind. I don't like either of Barcelona or Paris Saint-Germain, so that's quite all right with me. Adris just asked for the Paris and Barcelona score, which I just gave, so might be a little bit behind on that. Just dispossessed in not a great position was Oxlade-Chamberlain. Cross from Angelino, didn't find a Leipzig player, and I think that little clip right there is a match full of frustration being released from Sabitzer. The ball falls out to him. He brings it down, and he just lashes at it, and I think I could have done better, frankly. From 25 yards out, never really worrying Alisson. Perfect. Adris, happy to give you what you need. Anyway, so as I mentioned or teased earlier, I think that Oxlade-Chamberlain is going to play a very interesting part in the rest of the season, or has the potential to play an interesting part in the rest of Liverpool's season. Excuse me one moment. Because I think, listen, he's had his injury problems, and so has Liverpool on the whole. And I think that now could be sort of a perfect time for him to get the minutes that I'm sure he's been long craving as a Liverpool player. He's never really had an extended stint in Liverpool's team. And I think now is the time for that. I was talking with my buddy, Liverpool Lee, not for really any at length discussion. But I did suggest that, again, with all of the injuries that we've had and struggles on top of that, just in terms of form, that, a lot of people like to see or like to clamor for Xherdan Shaqiri. And I get it. I'm a fan of Shaqiri, but I'm a fan of him sort of in the Divock Origi role in terms of being a super sub. I think that anytime that he starts, he does. I think he excels as a super sub, and he does very well in giving us something different, and also against tired legs of an opponent. Because I think when he comes on in the 70th minute, I think those little jinking moves that he comes up with are very effective against defenders that have been playing for 70 minutes. But in any case, I think that Ox is really a player that can be an option for us to start in a couple games, because I do think, and again, I'm just growing in my fandom of Curtis Jones. Again, tune into my first half commentary on him in terms of his directness from midfield, exactly what Liverpool need nowadays. Alisson, again, another moment just now with the ball at his feet and attracting a Leipzig presser. And he thankfully gives the ball to Wijnaldum, and he gets us out of danger, but a little bit of a scary moment, as Alisson is a bit famous for. I'll check in with Idris. He said, I had a €5 free bet on BetClick. He says putted. You mean I put a big bet that was a €51,000 real money possible. So he's saying that he had the chance to win 51,000 euros from 5, and it was 4-0 PSG and 4-3 Leipzig. I had took my chance anyway. Yeah, I mean, listen, I guess that's not in play anymore because Barcelona scored the first goal. But I was going to say, I mean, 4-3 Leipzig. But anyway, yeah, good try on that one. Sorry to send you too much. I'm alone to watch you, so now trying to give you some things. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it, Idris. I always please comment. You and anybody. Don't feel shy. Please send in any comments that you do have, and if I'm too busy for them, then I will wait a bit, but I'm sure I'll get to them at some point. No, Idris, please, with the messages. Please keep them coming. And Liverpool fans can fall in love with this trophy again, hopefully this season. Sorry, I just want to make use of my prop here. Anyway, so yeah, we are in the 84th minute. And short corner, Shaq plays it in, but Leipzig clears it away. Robbo plays it long back to Alisson. Alisson, who always waits to the last second to get rid of it before the Leipzig player is pressing him, but he gets it away long, doesn't find Liverpool feet. Quick little counter from Leipzig. There's a little bit of space, kind of that same type of territory that I was talking about. Liverpool finding spaces in the Leipzig defense. They sort of did the same, played from the right side of the field over to the left, who then Angelino played the ball into the Korean striker, who was in a bit of space, but Kabak swiftly and strongly dealt with the trouble and chested it back to Alisson. So well done from him. Again, I think pretty solid performance. I wonder what my friends over at the Redmen TV will give Ozan Kabak as a match rating. I would imagine it would be somewhere between a 7 and an 8. I think I would lean more towards an 8. I've been impressed with him. With that said, there have been, I would say, signs of concern without much consequence. I think that's a pretty concise way of putting it, because I think he's been a pretty strong performer. Again, he had a little bit of flashes of Lovren type defending, which I don't love, but hopefully he can just kind of kick those bad habits. But we shall see. We have to be patient with him. It's a young Liverpool career, and hopefully he flourishes. But again, I want to be optimistic with him and patient. At the same time, Michael Edwards, the God, you've got to hand it to him in terms of making deals, especially when under pressure. He had to, whip up something to make the Liverpool fans happy in terms of signing some center backs. Of course, he plucked Ben Davies, somebody we've never heard of, for a cool $2 million, and then Kabak for, again, we can all have opinions on him based on YouTube scouting and whatnot. But I mean, on one hand, you really can't. There have been very few poor signings from Edwards and Klopp in their Liverpool careers. So there's that, as well as just the type of deal that we've done for Kabak. We've paid like a £1 million loan fee and then an optional £18 million buy clause. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. We've essentially been able to rent a young, promising defender. And if he pans out, great. If he doesn't, we have the option to say no. And yeah, I mean, it's great. You can't be angry with that. So we'll see how he does. And it'll also be interesting to monitor the career of Chaleta Char, the Croatian Marseille defender who was admittedly devastated to miss out on his chance to come to Liverpool because Marseille was not able to find a replacement in time. But it'll just be interesting to sort of play, sort of what would have been game, and remains to be seen who will have the better career, Kabak or Chaleta Char. Adris is saying, I need to have someone to talk to with if I'm boring from the word bored. Yeah, you just say me and I. We'll watch live that I found. I will come back clean tomorrow if you live for those matches. Will I have to go away? I didn't heard your answer me about this question. I know I'm pennable when I'm drugged like now. Okay, now I'm not sure if I'm following you. I don't know if you mean you're drinking or doing other stuff, but listen, however you enjoy the game. And Liverpool look like we are going to see this out. We are in the 89th minute, and Nico Williams is about to come on for probably Trent, I would imagine. And it looks like we've got 3 live watchers, one being Adris and maybe 2 others. If you'd like to comment on from whatever platform you are watching, that would be great. And also give me your comments, who you think the man of the match will be, or your favorite Liverpool player from today. Mo Salah is coming off in favor of Nico Williams, so that's nice to give him a few breathers prior to the next match, which will be Everton. I will be going live this weekend for the Everton match. I believe that's Saturday at 12:30, and then I also believe that Arsenal will be playing Manchester City Sunday at 11:30. So tune in for that. Those times that I'm giving you are Eastern times in the United States. I am coming at you live from New Jersey. So if you are in the UK, just add 5 hours to the times that I've just listed for you. And Leipzig throwing whatever they've got in these final 3 minutes of stoppage time. Andy Robbo's going up, and can Liverpool nick a third goal? That would just put us in dreamland, but no, it looks like Nico Williams is offside. And yeah, great day to be a Liverpool fan. It's always a good day to be a Liverpool fan, even when we lose 3 straight games. That's when the real fans stick around. So let me know how long you've been supporting Liverpool or whatever team you do support. I do want to just plug my channels quickly before I let you guys go. There's 90 seconds remaining in this match, but please follow me at Beaty's Beat on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and search Beaty's Beat on YouTube. It's not youtube.com/Beaty's Beat. I think I need 100 subscribers, so definitely follow me on any of those channels. And I also write articles on my website, which you can find on a link off of Twitter. I'm bringing back the old school sort of journalism. I'm not a professional journalist. I just wanted to throw that out there, just a guy with some opinions. But yeah, I like to kind of get away from the Twitter world of just, hot takes left and right, and kind of just put some thought into things and jot notes down on the page. And Leipzig almost get 1 goal back right at the end. That was a big chance for the Korean number 11. I apologize, I don't know his name. Great through ball from Tyler Adams. Allison coming out and doing quite a good job of covering the goal, but could have been a consolation goal, an important consolation goal for Leipzig, as the second leg will head to Anfield. I believe, actually, I'm not sure on that, due to COVID rules. Who knows? We might even be back in Hungary. I think that's in early March, but there you have it, folks. It is a 2-0 victory. Come on, boys. Great win for Klopp's men. And yeah, that'll put us in quite a pretty position for the second leg, and also some optimism and confidence going into the Merseyside derby, again, Saturday at 12:30 here in the United States. Yeah, enjoy your evenings, folks. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.